And it's time for another matchup in the first round of the Big Lager Championship. Let's have a look at the table. So here's the table, and if you remember from last time, we had the Cruz Campo beating the Sol and moving in to the second round. But what will it be up against? Well, it's going to be up against one of these two. It's going to be either up against the Mahou, which is a lager that I have never ever had before, or the Birra Mapelli, which is Aldi's version of Birra Moretti, which I have had before. I don't remember it being too bad, to be honest. A lot better than Aldi's Lidl's version of Birra Moretti. But I'll be interested to see what this Mahou is like, because I say it's never, I've never tried it before. So it's a Cerveza de Madrid Especial since 1890. And what else can I say about it? It's 4.8% ABV. It's a 330ml bottle, and yeah, what else? There's not really much else I can say about it. I don't really know much about this. So there we go, Mahou. On my left and on my right, we've got Birra Mapelli, which is. Can I find an ABV on this? It might be on the front, or is it on the back? Somewhere. Oh, there we go. It's 4.6% ABV. So was that 4.8? 4.8 and 4.6. It's a 500ml bottle. How much were these? These were 4 bottles for a £5, so 125 a bottle. And this was, I think, about 150. I think. So there you go. That's the kind of prices we're talking. So this one a little bit cheaper than this one, but it is from Aldi. Things from Aldi tend to be a bit cheaper. But I'm waffling. Why am I waffling? No idea. I just want to get these cracked open, really. So I'll get them cracked open, and we'll get them poured into glasses, and then we'll have a see what I think of them. Okay, beer's poured, and quite modest heads on each of them, I've got to say. Before I go any further, this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Now, let's have a look. So we've got, let's have a look at them, first of all. So, looking at the beers, wow, that one's got a lot more bubbles coming up it than that one has. Interesting. Looking at the colours, yeah, this one's darker than this one when you hold it up to the light, I would say. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely this one is giving a darker colour. This one's a very pale straw colour, looks quite fizzy, in fact. Look at that now. The head just reforming there with a few shakes of the glass. So we're getting quite a lot of head coming back there. How about this one? Decent amount coming back there, but not as much, and not dissipating as quickly. Let's start getting nose in these things, because I really don't know which one's going to be which out of these two, but the best one will win, that's the thing. There is a whirlwind of bubbles coming up there. Let's get a nose on this one. I'm getting maltiness coming out of that one, definitely. Maltiness with a little bit of honey. A little bit of tangerine. Smells quite fresh. A little bit floral. Smells decent. Smells decent. Okay, let's get a nose on this one. Is it going to be vastly different? Is it going to be similar? Ooh, how do we know? Let's have a go. Interesting. There's something a bit more sharp on there. It was like a sharp kind of grapefruit in the smell. Something not quite right in the smell there. Smells a little bit dirty. Yeah, still quite a bit maltiness in there, but not a clean, fresh maltiness. This is a bit more stale. Smelling a little bit chemically. Which is strange, really, because I thought this one was going to be better, the fact that it didn't have as many bubbles coming up as that one. But again, it's about the taste, though, not really the smell. Yeah, I don't know about that one, actually. We'll have to see what it tastes like. A little bit of brown bread, but there is something a bit strange coming through there. Anyway. We're swilling. let's have a go on this one. Cheers. Very fizzy on the arrival there. Almost like the flavours almost like fizz off the tongue. They don't stay on the tongue. A little bit of an aftertaste. It's not bad. It's fresh, it's crisp. There is flavour there. There is flavour there. There is a bit of bitterness. I think the slight overcarbonation is making it so your tongue can't really get to those flavours in the way that it could do. It was a little bit smoother. I imagine this being incredibly gassy, but it has got bitterness. It's nice and dry. It's got a little bit of sweetness, a bit of maltiness, but not loads, to be honest. Again, quite fresh, quite floral in the taste as well. Albeit a tiny bit watery. Okay, let's try this one now. Cheers. It's different. Let's try again. I'm not sure actually. There's not much in the way of sort of flavour in the middle. It's more bitter. It's nice and dry, it's crisp. Not much flavour, and it's not noticeably smoother than this one, even though it seemed to be a lot less bubbly. Right, I'll give us another swirl, and we'll just have a go again because I'm not sure. So a bit of citrusiness wakes up your taste buds when it first hits you. Got a little bit of maltiness in the middle. Just waiting for the finish. It's a bit of bitterness on the finish. The bubbliness is making it so all this stuff's coming up while I'm trying to taste for an aftertaste. Let's try and get this, see if we get an aftertaste from this. Almost like a fruity aftertaste, like apple is all I can get in the aftertaste there. It's certainly not got any of those kind of biscuity, bready kind of aftertaste that some beers have. But bubbles up. Which is a negative, but as far as the flavour's concerned, it's nice. Nice flavour on that one, but way too carbonate. Let's try this one again. Let's go one from one to the other now. Yeah, very muted in the flavour. It's got a bit of bitterness. More than that one. Well, I'll be honest, that's all it seems to have. There is a little something that's waking my taste buds up a little bit. Something that's making them feel a bit warm. Strange. Unless that's just the alcohol. I honestly don't know what to think of that one. It's quite bland. It's quite bland and quite generic. The only thing that can save this beer is an aftertaste, which I'm going to wait for now. Now the only aftertaste I'm getting is kind of like almost like an apple peel kind of taste. That kind of taste of just the peel of an apple rather than the actual, you know, the fruit of the apple. Almost like apple peel aftertaste on that one. This one, I said this had quite a fruity aftertaste, didn't I? Let's just try the aftertaste on this again. This is a much tastier beer. Getting a little bit of shortbread biscuit as well. You know, I mean, this takes it. This just takes slam dunk for this. I don't know why I'm making it look close. I'm trying to give this one a bit of a chance, but there's very little flavour. There's some bitterness. There's no aftertaste apart from a bit of apple peel. Yeah, it's generic, not great, not much flavour, and really, considering how it looks, it's not a great deal less gassy than this one. This one, it's got a little bit of that kind of craftiness as well that I got from like the cold beer lager in the flavour. Kind of a bit of lemon in there as well. Not bad, that. It's not a bad beer, that, actually. It's quite nice. If that was slightly less carbonated, I'd really enjoy that. That'd be one to watch, that. So, that's definitely going through. I'm going to guess, just because of the styles of beers that they are, and this was a bit darker, I think this one does taste a bit like kind of like a Birra Moretti. So, I'm thinking this is the Birra Mapelli. It does feel like it's trying to replicate that kind of Italian lager style. This one, I'm assuming is the Mahou. Never had Mahou before. Spanish lager. It needs to be more malty. It needs more malt in there, if it is. And if this is the Mahou, then this needs more malt in it as well, really. That's almost like a Spanish lager if you took all the malt out, really. But anyway, I'm going to guess that's the Mahou. I'm going to guess that's the Mapelli. Either way, that one's going through. Find out in a minute if I was right. Okay, back on track with me getting them right again. Mahou is that one, yes. And this one was the Birra Mapelli. I've got to say, I was hoping better for the Mahou. I'd never seen it before. It's not available everywhere. This was from Home Bargains. Yeah, it's lagery. There's a bit of bitterness. Getting a little bit of an aftertaste, but it's just not good, really. There's not much in there that I would consider to be good flavours for a lager, really, for a good quality lager. This one, you know, it's by no means amazing. Although I think it could give Birra Moretti a run for its money. It's certainly a lot better than that dreadful Birra Beyonder from Lidl. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So Mahou, let's go. Bye. Got 4 bottles of it. You know what? I will be drinking the others. Nice and cold out of the fridge, straight from the bottom. It's not bad. There's a bit of bitterness. There's actually a bit of sweetness as well there as well. Just not much in the line of flavour. It's crispish. It's cleanish. It's got a nice whack of bitterness. As I say, it's got a little bit of sweetness. It's perfectly passable as a lager. It's way better than any of that nonsense we had in the cheap lager championship, but it isn't as good as this. It's like these lagers, there is a big scale when it comes to lagers as to how good these are, and almost all of these could go somewhere on that scale. But Birra Mapelli, nice beer. Interesting to see how this. I don't think this will go up against the Birra Moretti, really, or it might do. I don't know, unless they meet each other in the final, obviously. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this would do against the Birra Moretti. Maybe I'll do that on a separate video. But I'm not going to be doing that this time. I'm just going to crown Birra Mapelli, going through to the second round, where it'll face off against the Cruz Campo. That will be interesting. Going against a slightly tastier Spanish lager, should we say. Anyway, no more waffling. I'm signing off. Until next time, have a good one.